Hello, Moondoggie here, and welcome to a review that I should have done like long ago, but I never got around to it. I planned for it, but then work kept changing, and then lastly, this virus stuff kicked up, and it really idled a lot of things. But now, since I'm trying to catch up in a lot actually, I decided to, hey, let me knock these two reviews I should have done way back when, but let's not bicker about that and jump right into it. So in today's review, we'll be doing and covering Vader Immortals. So without all said and done, let's begin. So, fourth one, just want to get this off my chest. Love the game. Love it. 100% love it. And I can't stress enough that I really hope the makers make a sequel. I really hope for that. I really pray on that, because you don't make something that great and just leave it hanging, which a lot of game developers do. Which a lot of people be like, you know, game developers, they do understand our plight and so on and so forth. But I'm in the middle. I'm the middleman. Like, you do care at the same time. You kind of don't care. Whereas like, oh yeah, this game is in high demand of a sequel. We should do it, sir. And it's like, no. I mean, I would, but no. I don't have the ambition to make a second one, so that goes that. But we're not here to talk about that. We'll get more into that in not really context, but context goes to something else. But let's get into the review. So, we're beginning with the immersion of this game. I love it. I love the Star Wars universe, and I love the fact that the second I played this game, I was already like overwhelmed with nostalgia. Man, being a part of that ship was great. You got your droid with you, and I love her personality. It's just great. I love her personality. She's 100% like that mischievous character. Like, yeah, we're mischievous. We're not like uptight, high and mighty, or we're good citizens. No, we're smugglers. We steal, we sell it. Just it's great. Oh, it's so great. I loved it. When we got to Mustafar and they flagged us down, they like my heart was like, oh my god, this is epic. This is happening. And then when we got to the ship, we saw the stormtroopers outside, like, oh my god, this is a new hope. When they about to come into the Falcon. The Falcon? Yeah, they was in the Falcon. So they get to the Falcon, and then it's way different than New Hope. They bursted in, had guns, hands up. Oh my god, it was amazing. I could go like forever on the immersion. I could go forever on it. But let's actually focus a little on the key elements that make it or break it. And for one, everything that makes it is the fact that what really sells it, the fact that one, the lightsaber, and the fact that, and I'm talking about the entire series as a whole. 1, 2, and I'm talking about it as a whole. So the lightsaber, for one, is probably like a quarter. That's a whole quarter of the game's like selling it. If you're trying to sell it to me, that lightsaber just sold a quarter of that. So I'm already sold a quarter of the way there. So what else does the game can introduce to be like, I love it? When they had you use the Force, I love how well designed that was. It didn't feel cheap. It didn't feel broken. It was real fluid. But I'll get into more details about that in gameplay, but we're just focused on the immersion here. And then lastly, when it gets to the last chapter, when it all comes together, I like that. So the story element on that, mixing with the immersion and the fact that all that you encounter, all that you experience, even that thing that was in The Last Jedi, that giant creature, oh man, that was insane. And I loved it. All of it. And then even going into the dojo mode, that was like crazy because you can take those elements from the game you played and master it. And I just really hope that they are ambitious enough to make a second one. And I know there's a lot to ask of Disney, but by all means, Disney, back them up on this. This could be something great, and it doesn't have to be limited to just the VR Oculus. It could be for all the headsets, including PlayStation VR. It could be that great. But hopefully it gets to that point. Hopefully they are ambitious enough to push it to that point. But let's move on from that. So that's our immersion, 100% on the mark. So now we're buzzing into the gameplay. So, which again, I could draw all over the gameplay, but we're just gonna focus on what makes it embrace it. So for one, for me personally, which, I mean, if you should see my gameplay, I did have a little bit of connectivity issues on 2 parts of the game, which I didn't panic on that because it really just boils down to your PC. And, you know, sometimes there are like connectivity issues with the headset. You know, it has its moments, and I even replayed the game to double check, and the moment didn't happen. So, you know, it's like it's a switch. It'll happen, it don't happen. So I never knock stuff like that. If it's 100% like I get into the game, I'm just completely laggy, I can't play it or whatever, that's also understandable. So, but then again, I will look at it like I can't play it because my game is not strong enough, or my PC is not strong enough, or the game has bugs, which I choose the latter. It's me, not it. So, no fault on control-wise. Now, for the actual lightsaber versus the Force, that was well done. I loved it. I think they could have went a little bit more powerful, a little bit more powerful on the saber, because I even saw one person do a review that it was a little bit too telegraphed. But then again, for me, when I played it and got deeper and deeper in, even though it was telegraphed, you still had to keep up. If you couldn't keep up, the telegraphing doesn't matter. You still got hit. So I understood that, but I can also understand a harder difficulty where telegraphing is more pushed away, and it's more you really have to like be in that mindset that you know how your opponent thinks, how they swing. You understand swings, and just really, it's like it becomes really self-taught. And I really wish they do an update where it can do that, where like the droids are smarter and they don't really telegraph as hard, so they know how to fluidly move and hide signs of which way they're swinging. It could be a feint, it could be an actual like I'm gonna come around arc. There's multiple ways of doing it, which hopefully they may do that. If not, well, again, the game is not like the droids suck. Not really. They're actually pretty fun to fight, in my opinion. So, besides that, the actual story gameplay itself, I enjoyed. It did have its moments where it kind of bothered me that you have to like stand in a certain position to activate the story, which would cause like some problems for me. Not heavy problems, but some problems. I kind of feel like if you're just in the area, it should just click. If it was trying to be like super systematic, cinematic, it shouldn't have really gave you that much freedom. That's the question mark there. Like, if you're gonna give us freedom, give us freedom. If not, keep it cinematic. So, but again, I can't pan them on that. I really enjoyed it. I 100% enjoyed it. What was that other thing? Oh yes, I got confused a little because I'm looking like the saber. They KO'd that saber quickly, and then it was funny because when you got the sword saber, it was unique and cool, but then again, I'm looking like, what is this? Like, what is this thing? But again, I enjoyed it, and I also enjoyed the fact that it used so many of the actual canon movie. It used so many of its elements to put into this game to make you feel 100% nostalgic. That from breaking into the control panels and rewiring stuff, to the saber, to the blasters, to grenades, to the actual the environment that you are in, everything references everything so well. It's like, wow, I cannot help but love it. So, as for the gameplay, I enjoyed it immensely. Granted, I hated those little creatures, the little creature things. I really hated those. But other than that, that didn't really bother me too much. But it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. So now, as for the context, now what I want to talk about in context is just the fact that you guys probably never heard of this, and I don't think I can go into detail about it, but I'm going to just briefly explain it. Disney came out with like a Lenovo VR headset with an app game called Star Wars AR, Lightsaber Dojo Duel, something like that, and it's a great, I played it, it's a great game. I have all the components and everything. I just need a better phone because it basically, you know, it runs off your phone, duh. But it's the fact that as I played it, my first go around, I'm sitting there looking like, I'm pretty sure this came out first, question mark, I'm not sure, question mark, but I wish this was in the game. Like, you have the story in Vader Immortals, you have the actual dojo where you fight droids, fight stormtroopers, and then you have a third mode where you actually fight other Jedi. That was 100% what I was looking for in Vader Immortals. I wanted to fight Jedis or Sith Lords. Granted, you fought Darth Vader, but that was more scripted. I don't want scripted, I want an actual battle, and that's what I wanted. And that's what disappointed me the most about this game. So, again, hopefully, maybe in the future, I am praying, maybe in the future, they'll look at Lightblade, they'll look at Vader Immortal, they'll look at this game for the AR, and be like, hey, we need to make a Star Wars game that's 100% good story, but we focus on lightsaber battles, and really try to push, like really push. And now, I understand that maybe if they do, you know, restrict it a little bit, because they recently came out with like a glove, which I thought the glove was like really cool for VR because it's realistic. So if you try to squeeze the ball, the physics would tell you that you can't squeeze it no more than this. So the glove would like restrain your hands, and that would be really cool. So now if they actually re-implement that into Star Wars, where they figured out a way to control the level of like how much of a stride you can carry. So if I swung my saber and my opponent blocked it, there's a level of like there's a level of force that I'm able to give versus the level of force that he can give, and you actually feel that tension where I need to either back off or parry it or like try to redirect his blow so I can try to get another swing in. If they can really implement that, man, I would buy that in a heartbeat, regardless of the price. Regardless of price, I'd buy that. But besides that, God. Oh yeah, and I also wanted to get more into the fact that in the game as well, they also had like that little chess game we played with the creatures. They had like a little droid simulation battle. All that could have been in Vader Immortals, just cause, they had like little mini games where you can play outside of the story, which would have been good. Like if you was on a ship and you had my favorite droid, she's sitting with you, and y'all playing that creature game. I cannot for the life of me remember the name, but y'all playing that. That would have been like good nostalgia factors. But again, I can't panic for what it was, because they already said this is what it was going to be from the get-go. Like, this was already pre-written, pre-scripted. This is how things are going to be. But hopefully in the future, which again, I mean, it's kind of a trope for Star Wars, but I really hope it's not a trope, but an actual, like, saying that we're going to get a sequel. Because at the end of the game, you have the broken sword, the saber sword, but the crystal was still active, and she was able to activate the crystal and get a map, and hopefully that's our sequel. So I'm praying on that. I'm really praying on that. But other than that, everybody, that's the context, and then I really hope we get more. That's all I can ever pray for. We get more. And now we come full circle to our conclusion of, was it worth it? Oh, 100%. Would I recommend it? Oh, 100% recommendations. accommodations, recommendations, whatever this game wants, it can have. Because Vader Immortals is a game, especially for Star Wars fans, that I will definitely want you to play, experience, and just be completely immersed in it and just enjoy it. And hell, I would play the game a few times because I just enjoy it that much. But so with that said, everybody, thank you all for watching this review. I'm sorry that it's late, that is as it was, but I'm playing catch up. I mean, I'm really my best trying to play catch up. Work is slowing me down, everything's slowing me down, but I'm going at full speed as I can. So until then, everybody, thank you all for watching, and please continue on watching. As always, I will see all of you when the next moon rises.